Morning students, how are you all? Now I am going to teaching about biology subject, Inspired Biology, book number 8. Today we are going to learning about a third lesson, that is ecosystem. Ecosystem, third chapter. Now get started. What is ecosystem? What is the simplest form of ecosystem is? Ecosystem is that it is a community or group of living organisms that live in and interact with each other in a specific environment. What is the simplest form of ecosystem? Once again, ecosystem is that it is a community or group of living organisms that live in and interact with each other in a specific environment. Now, let's move on to lesson. What ecosystem? Think of a lake. Your picture is there. Children, once see figure number 3.1. This is lake and this is desert. Yes. First, lake. Think of lake. What comes to mind? If we think of lake, what comes to mind? What comes to our mind? You might think of reeds, lotus, fish, frogs and ducks. We might think of lotus, reeds, fishes, frogs and ducks. In lake, what are the living organisms? Reeds, lotus, fish, frogs, ducks. Now, all of which live in or near water. These all live in near water. Now think of a desert. Think of the desert. It is a very different from a lake. It is different from lake. Full of sand and full of rocks with little water. Desert means full of sand, full of rocks, with little. Only not lake, not pond, not ocean, not sea. With little water. Very little water, and you might picture cactus and camels living in a desert. Which are living organisms in desert? Cactus and camels. Cactus are the plants. Cactus are the like plants, and camels are animal. Lakes, deserts and forests are places that have their own distinctive physical characteristics with different organisms. In lake, lotus, fish, frogs and ducks. In deserts, cactus, camels, sand, rocks, water. In forests, animals, trees, etc. These are different organisms. Lakes have different organisms. Deserts have different organisms. Forests have different organisms. Are places that have their own distinctive physical characteristics with different organisms adapted to living in them. They are adapted to living in them. Each of them is an example of an ecosystem. Lakes are the example of ecosystem. Deserts are the example of ecosystem. Forests are the example of ecosystem. What is ecosystem? I already said the simplest form of ecosystem. In textbook, the big answer is there. An ecosystem consists of a community of organisms in a specific area interacting with each other and with the non-living components that surround them. From here to here is ecosystem definition. But here, simplest form of ecosystem definition from here to here. Now, what is the ecosystem comes from? Where the word ecosystem comes from? The Greek word oikos is Greek word. This is ecosystem word comes from Greek word that is oix, which means oix means home. Therefore, an ecosystem includes everything found in the environment of an organism. The organisms found in an ecosystem form the biotic components, or this is known as biotic components, and other one biotic factors of that ecosystem. What is the ecosystem? Ecosystem has two factors. Ecosystem has two factors. What are they? Biotic and abiotic. Biotic and abiotic are the two factors. And what is biotic factors? First one, what is biotic factors? Biotic factors such as living things. Biotic factors such as living things. Such as living things include plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Ecosystem has two factors, biotic factors and abiotic factors. Biotic factors are such as living organisms. The biotic factors of an ecosystem are all the organisms found there. Biotic factors include plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. Plants, animals, fungi, and microorganisms. And biotic factors can be divided into three groups based on their mode of nutrition. Let's see the diagram, the structure what we are discussing. Ecosystem. Yes, ecosystem. Ecosystem has two types, biotic, abiotic. Yes, biotic, abiotic. And then now biotic has three groups. Biotic factors can be divided into three groups. What are the three groups? 1C. First group, producers. What is this? Producers. Let's write here producers. This is helpful to explain. I am explaining this lesson. If you can't understand in this you can understand what is this and what we are discussing. Ecosystem has two na. Next, producers na. Producers. The second one is consumers. First one is the producers and second one is consumers, and third one is decomposers. Now, what are the abiotic factors? Here, abiotic factors. The abiotic factors in an ecosystem include non-living components. The biotic include living components. Yes, the biotic include living components. Living components, and abiotic include non-living components. Now, such as water, air, soil, sunlight, and temperature. Here, living components means what are the living components? Plants, animals, microorganisms, fungi. These are the living components, and non-living components are air, soil, sunlight, and temperature, water, or non-living components. Now, food chains and food webs. What are the food chains and food webs? You know that plants trap energy from sunlight and store it in the food. They make energy, and nutrients are passed to herbivores when they eat the plants, and then to the carnivores when they eat the herbivores, and so on. This is how energy and nutrients pass through different organisms in an ecosystem is sequence called a food chain. What is food chain means? Energy and nutrients are passed through different organisms. That is called a food chain. A food chain is a linear sequence of organisms through which energy and nutrients pass as an organism eats another. One, see this. Figure point 3.3. Examples of food chain. First, the owl eats snake. Snake eats frog. Frog eats grasshoppers. Grasshopper eats grass. Yes, this is the food chain of owl to grass. Owl to grass. Here they given owl trophic level of 5. It is level 5, level 4, level 3, level 2, level 1. Trophic level 4, trophic level 3, trophic level 2, and trophic level 1. Grasshopper, grass, frog, snake, owl. This is called consumer. It is also consumer. These are all consumers. Which consumers? This is one's producer. Here this is not producer. Why? This grass eats nothing. Grasshopper eats grass. Grass eats nothing. That's why it is producer. And primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, quaternary consumer. Thank you, children. After this video, I will teach you about food pyramids. Food pyramids, I will teach you this lesson. Food pyramids. Thank you, children. Have a nice day.